All right, I'm going to be doing some grooming review and some desensitizing with Atlas today. I'm just kind of showing where he's at in the grooming process. So this video was filmed in like October. So the previous couple of videos that you've seen are from the summer. So I believe there's July and August. So this is a few months later. So in the beginning and kind of still, the Mustangs don't have the most consistent work schedule. So I've filmed most of it, so they probably had maybe a couple of sessions literally in that amount of time. So this is just kind of where he's at. He's still being good. He's letting me brush his tail. He still wants to kind of clamp it down a little bit. So I'm trying to get him to side pass over, but apparently he's not remembering that. But he's letting me brush through his tail. He's not thrilled with it. Like, his tail's not super loose, so I'd like him to be more relaxed, but he's not extremely tight, so not too bad. And he's pretty much the same on the other side. I just kind of fast forwarded through this video a little bit because it's kind of repetitive. I just kind of wanted to see just where he was at this point, because he has had a bunch of time off, but he's being good. He's staying there on his own. He's wearing the halter. And at this point, I was trying to mix or just like experiment with the cone and targeting, which you'll see here in a little bit once I start desensitizing him. But he's being good with the grooming. It's stuck in there, and he's remembered all of it. He's remembered the fly spray, so not too bad. He could be more relaxed overall, but really not bad for the amount of time he spent on this. So again, same thing with his mane, like it was with his tail. Like, he's a little bit more tight than I would like, but not too bad. And then I'm going to move on later, like in next videos, to where he's going to have the halter and the lead rope on. But right now, like, he's just wearing the halter. So now, as I go back through and voice over these videos, I would have added a drag rope to the halter a lot sooner. But what I have done with the videos and with the Mustangs is just broken it up in even smaller pieces. And so that's why he doesn't have a lead rope right now. So he's just, before he was just completely at liberty, which he obviously is here still. He could leave, but he's just wearing the halter. So we'll add in the lead rope later. So same thing with the tail on this other side. He's letting me brush it, but he's just a little bit tense. So this is where we kind of messed with some desensitizing. So I've had him target the cone to show me that he's ready to do this, and this was just something I saw and wanted to try and see how it worked. So I had him target the cone, and then I would go ahead and throw the lash over his back, and once it went over his back, I would click and feed, and then I would wait for him to touch the cone again, and then I would go ahead and put the lash back on. So like that. And he's actually really pretty good with this. And I messed with this for a little bit during the fall, which I probably have 2 or 3 other sessions that I did doing this, and it actually wasn't too bad. The 2 things that I didn't like about this was, number 1, I didn't like the cone part. Like, how it was explained to me was they're kind of giving you permission, like, by touching the cone. Okay, here, I'm going to touch the cone. You can touch me, but I felt like that could happen sometimes, but also sometimes he just wants the cone because he wants to touch the cone because he knows he's going to get a treat. So it did improve his desensitizing skills. I will give it that, but I don't think he's necessarily giving consent. So that was my thing with that. And then the other one was, it did take a lot of time. Like, obviously, so does horse training, but overall, like, I had to click for every single little piece, and so I just think there's a faster way to do it. This is a good way to do it. It's a good way to teach stuff without, holding on to them and kind of forcing them. This was a good method, but for me, I didn't feel like the consent part was genuine, and then I thought that there was a lot of clicking. So later on, what you'll see in the videos is I did a lot of tapping, endo tapping to relax the horses in their bodies. And I felt like that was kind of the missing piece here, because he's pretty relaxed, but he still had a little bit in there, and that's what we needed to get out. So I will talk about that more in other videos, but this is just a good video to see kind of our journey. That's what the whole thing is about. It's not exactly do everything like this. It's just, this is what we tried and this was the outcome. And I just thought that would be cool to share. But he did pretty good with this, so I don't have anything real bad to say about it. So pretty good overall.